what's the result so aba and so dan yourself for oh you're right nyame you waste time or Ghana power unnecessary time. You waste time or Ghana unnecessary. Just say you to me sorry anopa na ya shada na you waste time 24 hours ni nyina. If aso bi amaso na ya sakoda. Now, you're sorry yeah. Yes why I can release the results of 2025 in Korana omuwie school no. Now, 2025 WASSCE was conducted under heightened invigilation, strengthened supervision, and strict adherence to examination protocols across all centers. Now, you're sorry, and you see what's the results now about social studies almost fairly, mathematics almost fairly, inti almost tibida. The issue here is why we are here today. The results we are seeing, and we all know, all the people sitting on TV, pretending as if they say, this is news to us, no, we are all hypocrites. We know. Let's put politics aside. But we all know the genesis of this problem. And the genesis is say, for a very long time, we had a government that did not listen to advice. We had a whole government that did not pay attention to details. We had a government that was all about votes, what people would say, campaign message. We had a government that saw education as a tool to empower themselves through politics. That's all. We all saw our education, it was deteriorating. The quality of students we were producing from the senior high school, from the day Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, or the free SHS Aba, open the floodgates. There was no checks. At a point, teacher-student contact, it was basically like 2%. We all know. In Korano, this is nothing new. Let's not pretend. We all knew from the beginning, say, the kind of students are now you produce, your SSNE produce, 90% of them, they were not supposed to be given the nod to pass as senior high school graduates. At a point, Akufo-Addo friend home, Akufo-Addo graduates. It's all about slogans. It was about saying things to make some people feel, say, some people have been defeated. The fact of the case is, the reason why Intia recorded these bad results, and then they say, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo move free power, no. The invigilation, the strict way GES, and WAYEC, they basically monitor the elections, no. The usual pass and go did not happen. Let's accept this fact. Let us be honest. This is not politics. So let it not look like say one say where NDC problem, MPP problem. We know say the problem starting here you can't say the free SHS needs to be reviewed. We were not prepared for free SHS. We were not prepared. And some people made it look like, say, anytime I raise the issue about free SHS, we not being prepared and that things have to be looked at in a different way. No, you become an enemy to Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, NPP. No. We knew ni ane nkwara we na tifie na ya awofo yenim say nkwara no quality na no de ba fie na enye. At a point, a whole government ekoto apod the mankwara. No, this is serious. So we got past question at the makwara. Now we patch akwara ne saying. Onsuya our questions and then pass it. It is the responsibility of that kid to study. It is not your responsibility to buy questions for the kid because you have given the kid textbooks to read. It's the moment Ube created that opportunity, no avenue na makwara no. The kid automatically starts to relax because at the end of the day, manko class to cry. Say about try exams sa abai be ni bottom sika akoto de akoto pasco ama yesuya. The probabilities of pasco no de ebi beto no high. So What was the challenge? In 2021, Ministry of Education has spent 34.8 million to purchase 446,954 sets of past questions for 2021 WASSCE candidates under free SHS. This was reported by GH1 in 2021. Yatam Ghana sika 34.8 million Ghana cedis. Yarikoto Pasco de ma enquara who are supposed to crack their brains, who are supposed to read using textbooks. Textbooks are supposed to guide them to go write exams. You know? A whole government under NPP, Ekufuado, Bawumia, Educhum, sa NPP way, it is 34.8 million top past questions. Now in 2021, so top past question ama akorabi or SS1. Now who say the seniors near top past question mwa. Dear ne bema sa akora no akotena classroom esuade. Because onim say edu ne so na obetre exams na. Obeto past question amano. That is what we are seeing today. Ade ekoso ndere enye anything e o se free obi betena radio so se be chechire bu kire. No, in chechire bu bi anim. It is the free SHS that Ekufuado ne ba omiam omu jimi na omu enya abotre ame access ye because we didn't have enough facilities to host these kids. 90% of Nkurano, they did not even meet a teacher to teach them. They could not even take an assignment to a teacher to say, "Sir, madam, they are share me and the mentias here and the Waba class there, break this down." They did not get that advantage. They did not get that opportunity. Red, blue, green, fono. They didn't understand what was going on. Akurano kwa onya baby pona. Classroom na yama. Who teacher nimpo. You to me the 2 months in school, 6 months at home. You need to understand that you were breaking the education down. They went all the way down. This is what they came to tell us. Education Ministry PRO clarifies alleged 68.5 million spending on photocopying WASSCE Pasco. Almost has spent 68.5 million to do photocopies on Pasco. This is in 2024. Almost Ghana sika, almost 70 million Ghana. Almost koto and we print Pasco. Why do you do that? And Kwarana Mufeli, no. The fact is, they did not go through any education. They went through school. Nobody Obian Chankora we had yet. And Kwara we no Mufeli, no. And no fault too. The people who introduced this kind of shambolic free SHS. And we need to say it, because you see, say Amando Krana Medawa. Today, when you listen to people on TV, they are being politically mindful of their statements. No. What we are seeing today about these WASSCE things and all that, it is because not NPP are buying say SHS, no. They destroyed it. The fact is, they say, SS yenya yekobi, yekoye suko wie, eme yenimye meti yebo munina ding. So we know how it used to work. We know how it used to work. But from 2017, SHS changed. It changed into something else. I know the moment I raise issues about every SHS, you become an enemy to the NPP government and the NPP grass cutters. The moment you say, for a kid to be able to pass the exams, it's not just about sitting in the classroom. A lot of things come together before a kid can pass an exam. And intina, obuha or say me per school way, and yeah, because say me per school way ni it is because of the facilities na ewo and intina and there you will be a friend of grade A school, grade B school. It is almost a because me pesa chinchina me bako school we are. It is because we won't facility our school and what the facility has been able to bring out. There are some students who schools be that brilliant too. But it's because they got the environment to learn, because they got the assistance, because at the end of the day, what they needed for them to feel comfortable, no, they had it, they were able to at least have some mind to understand what they were being taught. It is not just putting a kid in school and saying free SHS into Ubecha. It doesn't work like that. From the day the kid enters that school, you need to make sure, say, akwalane welfare, no, if it drops for even 5%, that kid, the probability of that kid failing is high. So the kid has to go through the school, not just to read, but for you to basically condition the kid's mind. Also, or sorry, or that, or to me that soundly. At that age, that kid needs to sleep soundly. When you are about 8 to 9 hours of sleep, uninterrupted sleep. I was also making sure say baby or dano in to me and disturb akorano the health in here. Sa akorano sorry also nye duane papa di. Sa akorano or your bar ne sanitary pad they need to be, you see, the kids, they need to be in a condition to be able to understand it. So I got in a classroom and then so I sha you say nkwara mo international school no ama bench nkwara mo saito nkwara mo saito no ebia ben, but who compare to international school, it is because international school no majority of nkwara no they are comfortable. So say obetie teacher no krampo 20%, at least emu 10% back obetie. Now this is a situation a kid goes to school oni akonya tim otarinto ho school na ho no sebio eduane ni ho school na ho no classroom no krampo no omunkom baby obeda no osori no power bre. What is going to make that kid get up and say me ko dware asa kotena class? Because we are bre. Because if you don't get a good sleep, you cannot walk to class. You are already tired. The brain is already tired. Class and when you go to it is important you take nap. We have quiet times. It is important everybody goes to bed at 9:30 at persec. It is important because so you are adding a school in show from prep adentina yasabo adoma say obia enko air worship quick enkoda. It is because they have strategized in a way you have enough rest. Say upon school area between 2 and 5. Say groundswell kinima, everybody has to go take some nap. That is how it works. These things are important for the kid to understand, because if you don't condition the kid's mind well, unya results now open. And through Ekufuado, the governance, the kids were not going to school to pass. They were just going through their schools. We were not teaching them. Why are we pretending that today this is new? This is not new. Let's be honest to each other. We need more facilities. We need to make sure say yetimi accommodating Korani ye. What is this thing of a John Mahama administration no kwasiebi I omon person Korani beko university na Jimmy na omon pass here na adentia John Mahama stop you omon pass. E di John Mahama come again. Adena mo MPP for krantie we mo Jimmy sa. Ube wa krantie bi not social media. I we there NDC for na e share that e failing kwana. Na adena mo fail omo am failing there NDC am fail omo. Say NDC for na mark ya. Adena mo be pass ya mo be fail here. Adena say NDC for person kwana be go school. Say NDC for na come mark exams na. Adena mo am fail omo nyina. No mo say this year there akore bi eni wo be ko tertiary interban into SK bia. Mo krantie na mo MPP mo Jimmy. You have caused this serious problem. I was saying it was caused by Baumia, Ekufuado, MPP, Mwejimi. We need to get to the bottom of this. The only solution to this problem is to make sure free SHS, there are more facilities to do what? To contain these kids, accommodation-wise, and school facilities. I was saying enough. Near to Ghana na kwasi afo bi suit the TV so, and you know, and I believe, and the solution is one. The free SHS implementation was wrong. It started on a bad note. We need to correct it. We need to review it. Yanti kroma na chichire jimi nene ba omia concert guy nka say review means cancel. Kwasi afo na mo kroma. Anna mo MPP nkrantie we mo jimi sa. We know the truth. And it's make a MPP for say, you people, you are not fighting the NDC. You need to convince Ghana for no minimum nyansano. You need to convince Ghana for na omu nyansa to tia because omu nyansa hu samwe Jimmy. We need to blame you people. Yatina Kroma, these are some of the things you people told us. These are some of the things. So let's not joke about these things. This is not something to be saying. This is what they said. Free SHS lecturers complaining about quality of students entering our varsities. This story was in 2023. In 2023, universities lecturers can say, no. The quality of students we are seeing it there, we need to do something about it. You people sat in Ghana and told the lecturers, say, NDC for. And kwasi for me anyway. Ejimi for me anyway. They sat in Ghana, they didn't listen to anybody. They foolishly went to Ashanti region, went around the nation, and told Ghana for say review means cancel. One krantie, MPP krantie Jimmy for. You people don't think. Muni answer. Jimmy and Korano mo pass you know 90% of companies also blame mu MPP for 90% of Korana oman passing sorry in Korana oman pass they need to blame you people. You can some way for 8 years. You can some way for 8 years. You people should take a look at this review. Take a look at this review free SHS. Review free SHS. Number the mokwasi ya campaign obi tan Ekufuado and Ekufuado the free SHS aba. And you cover the COVID-19 by. Na cover the free SHS by then chese be papa. Yanti krom ha. And a chichidie we cover COVID-19 by Ghana. When did COVID-19 by Ghana? COVID-19 yare no. When the cover by. And you cover do. Wan ko no we say no cover by. Yet to kroma enkwasiade yankasa and ankofo we be say krono. And the omon krantie na sorry. Yantiasie yandisi for empese nkora be ko school. Ejimi for nkwa. Anything I'm more MPP for, my highest level of education will part to me as a GSS. More Jimmy. We need to look at the issues here. Look at this. Okay. Now, Ghana moves from Ghana only WASSCE to international WASSCE for May-June 2026. GS directs students to prepare adequately. And the kufu areba omia na Ghana nkwana chiro WASSCE. Yani the rest of West Africa yani omunchire exams mbom. Right now, under this government, we are going back to the basics. We all need to write the same exams. How can you live in West Africa and say, I calendar ninjenti, would you ukro, won't kwana better exams? When the bear says so? Who is going to assess you? And why you could say, GS say, in kwana mo betro May and June 2026, we know, omni Nigeria betro, omni Gambia betro, omni West Africa, wayek, school be omoka, a krobia ka wayek hubiano, omni nyina betro boom, the same day, the same time. But aneku for the MPPA baumia, na Ghana for nkwa yo date your try exams because ne ye printia poor. Because near printia poor, the kind of students are omu creating in the omu say omu aid no. Omu say ende free SHS nkwarana omu ko school no ma bon na omu nim de omu ye ende no omu TikTok omu say baumia free SHS for nkwara no omu throw caption na ohwa aso ma bodam. Me say omu say small girls omu hu fi no omu Google TikTok say ye kasama baumia campaign no free SHS for nkwara omu de omu ntuma fanya hwe into omo wi omo say aden yenkodi baumia chi ebia na obi akonye edi o party nim na ebi oni abewo anase edidi mu a na enya secretary bia beye eye constituent secretary. That is why they can challenge themselves in the social MPP na hwe nipa mu di baumia the quality di baumia chi hwe quality di baumia chi no I say sasa monsam mba quality di ba omiechi no yankora di ba omiechi no I say sasa monsam omo omo ntumi nkabrofo omo ntumi nchirechirem omo jimi omo nyina free SHS fall out. They could not continue because unim omo ntumi nsua de ampase intend yankodi ba omiechi kwase bi kodi o asrema nso a yakoya campaign kwase bi kodi na mekonyema ende ma wo MPP ba anasa me didi ma constituency secretary eno mo didi ba omiechi. They have messed this nation up big time. Right now, the new administration, NGS say, we are going to go back. We are going to join our brothers and sisters, our part of West African Examination Council. We are going to write the same exams. In Tinkorana Mwo School, no, you should prepare adequately. Obia meta poma obia bium. Obia ento pasco emo obia bium. If edien free SHS no to me kwatene fie. Unye ready to learn. Unye ready to go through the mill. Unye ready to look through your books. Now Nigeria will say obi beto pasco mawa ene kosunya djuma because saa 3 years in no na omo mo bewie no onu so wapon ho na at least obi akọ ni baby. So why wagin say kwasi ampa yi the free SHS by into ube kobia, you are going to go in and fail, waste your 3 years. It is only say wontumi a start ko sua djuma uwie JSS akosua djuma. It is better. You will get a skill. Nipa na omo beko SS no omo de omo some person ko agric science. Omo de omo person ko science. Omo person ko bio. Omo person mo omo nko wohwe na so knowledge ne endru ha kone ko sua djuma. Tivet wo ho, paifa ho. Member ya wo say SS ne bia tum intimi so mikobi. Ube waste 4 years, ube wie na wadane kwasea. Enti mo a mutie me nkwara no. Free SHS no enye obia na free SHS yema no. Uwo obia uwie JSS na wo hwe onsa, u person usua nsa no adwuma. Yo Tivet wo, ko Tivet. Ko sua adwuma. Uso a ugidi se obetuma ko SS no, also tie se u ko sua de akopase, obi nkoto pasco maw. You need to get this in the heads of the kids. Yasoso ayekufa no be di president, oni ba omian be di kwasiade. Yasoso nkwara so, akora because school I say o say panichew. Oh, now unko SS, ko free SHS so ekufa do di aba, obekoda maamefo bi. Omutuma mu kan. Yentiase ene ekufa do di free SHS ba ne ba ni wi oyegala. Ena yentiase ekufa do free SHS obi antumi fa bi ma ye wi ne ba ya bodo ba di tuo, oti program ya bodo tuo. Ekufuado sesi ade yenim free SHS ba ne ba no ekoton chene ya bu ne kuno jimifo oba no ko free SHS na ade na ode ba ye mo say nwan mo say ntafre ye sorry a eche champon fie ma mo we omo tan o kan Ghana sam say yentichiri Ghana ye a yentiase ye de yampini o ena hwe mama no maama no ena maama no ena maama no omuna ase finsa abeifo ena maama no ena maama no ena maama sa maama ba na nya adwuma o ye gyan na kwotene fie ejimifo mosora mu gudwom na moton ade bronya ebei makofa nyoma begu dam mosora mo yibaga begu kwa ho nyoma nde ye nto na okwa akwa 30 ni ato na obakwa 20 nyoma nde de gu ha ni o abeifo omodwa muso awia na ebom no momba be wusa mmoa monka no kore edintina momma no ebi atiegu red so no na odwen say weni da ho na wudi atra nyame be ma ho achew ode besi wo ba so obekum ba to atwene yen ka no kore yen di no kore enti konkonsane jimi enkrantiaism ena yama sa supekuism no afa yemu yenim nyansa ekufo do for 8 years wa be say Ghana nyina ene enkwara no they are going back to basics. Intimisra mo mono mo ba no etna ho na mo ne mo di nkom ka se kobena free SHS na wo ho no sesia no ye nto pasco mo bia so wonim sa wontumi nsua de empase a ma yemfa onko Tivet anase ma yemfa onko sua dwuma 3 years urukosua hairdressing urukosua welding urukoye your apprenticeship program nyina wo ho urukoye bia nkofo we na omso ma be no omko wi a omno wo ube wie pepepe na wo so abe dipa omso omko university omko mamon kam mani ngum se nwan because obi ankoto pasco ma oba biem aban bia ni wa okoyi sika akoto pasco ma obi aba o Ghana tama oto a yede uko eyiase a yekoto star ba akoma ode uti kwhye supeku nkwa ho a ye bo woto a ukwo we na obi nyina hobi muso ma wo we eyiase nkwara abegu Ghana ha eyiase nkwara uko wekipira na akwanyam eyiye bia ma eche eyiye bia ma na ono obi akoda na akwanyam wo manan a wawo mo miensa eyiase na akwanyam mo kwasiasam nkwa na yewo ye ka na obu ofu ana mo ma no entiase ene kufu ade de the free SHS ori aba o tan munnim nyansa onwe na asem ekufu ade jimijimi owie na akotere fie ne mba bia ni wo certificate enso ne ba bia ni obedi hia wo bana na woto ye ekufu ade do no ba omia ne banko SS da wo ba omia ne ba bia ni wo wie GSS ba omia one ai samre ne ba bia ni wo ko SS da into no nhwa akrampo SS da Mahamudu Kanada Japan ne ba bia nko school Ghana da wo na wo firi bakwai wo firi ntebuom wo firi awona krom wo firi srem wo busuafo obi anya 200,000 Ghana da kwasiato ye ka Ghana sam fa wadwene bra ne enkyekere Ghana na wo yo ho tan Jimmy kasa o wende esi a oba no na aba wo so no ede na obeye afena wo sade begu aban so ena nkora igu fie ena aban mo adwuma ena yete ha o ena aban kreti adwuma odwan eyiase bia wo wawo num enum emu nan eyiase na akonye momo oh frimpon de so fi Germany na baaye na me hu na che pi na wawo jimi oh amuako de ye ne na wa ha o na me dwen so be ware me pi na wawo ofui ye nyansa me hwe obama ho